Hey everyone, welcome to SC Lifestyle TV. I'm your host for this week's episode, Steve Wright, and I'm in the beautiful outdoors of Michigan in November. It's a beautiful day and I had to get outside. SC Lifestyle TV is your home for better digestion and better health through simple action steps. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about food allergies, food intolerances, and whether or not you should test for them. At the end of this video, if you watch all the way to the end, I'm going to give you a simple step that you can find out if you have a food intolerance to any food that you might be eating. So hang on to the end and I'll talk to you more about that in a little bit. So to start this discussion, let's talk about food allergies versus food intolerances. A food allergy is normally something that you notice when you're a young child. It's an immune system response that happens to affect several organs in the body. It usually will end up putting someone in the hospital, and it can be caused by the smallest amount of food. It's usually life-threatening, it's very serious. A food intolerance, on the other hand, is likely something that you noticed over time. It just didn't appear one day. And the reaction that happens with the food intolerance is something like nasal congestion or a headache. It's much smaller in the response. The other thing about food intolerances is that they normally can be eliminated over time, whereas food allergies, such as a peanut allergy or shellfish, might never be eliminated. So the pink elephant in the room when it comes to food intolerances versus food allergies is that if you have a food intolerance, it's likely it's a giant sign of leaky gut syndrome. So there's a lot of tests on the market, and there's a lot of different experts and practitioners and lab companies who say that their food intolerance or food allergy test is what you need to figure out your custom diet. Jordan and I have done a lot of these tests, and we've talked to a lot of practitioners who have used these tests at various times in their practices. And what we've come to realize is that when it comes to food intolerances, there's only one specific person that should probably get this test done. The rest of us should probably save our hard-earned money and spend it on better quality food, supplements, or other tests that might help us more. And the reason why is specifically put by our friend Chris Kresser. It's that if you have food intolerances or food allergies, that getting a test done to find out which specific foods doesn't really change the treatment. The treatment is still the same. We have to do a very strict diet, we have to heal up the gut, eliminate any pathogens, and heal up the immune system. So finding out which specific foods that you're reacting to isn't likely that big of a piece of information unless you're this one person. Who's the one person? The one person, as Dan Party likes to talk about, Dan is an expert in sleep science and behavior modification. He talks about the fact that when we want to make a change, we have to have belief in what we're going to do. So there's a few people who need to have more belief about why they should modify their diet and why they should remove things like dairy and corn. And those people, they might need to see in black and white what the test results are. They might need to see on paper that they do react to dairy, and therefore they're going to cut it out. For the rest of us, Jordan and I would highly recommend that you would take an approach like what we teach on our website, where you eliminate all the possible allergenic foods, you create a food safe zone, and where you test the foods as you add them back to your diet and let your body be your guide. Because no one is smarter than you and your body. No testing company, nothing. You can observe the reactions of your body to any food and know right away whether or not that's something that you should be eating. So that's why today's simple action step is really to test your foods for 4 days. This is called the 4-day rule, and it's something that we write about and talk about often. But I want to talk about it a little bit, make it a little more clear. So the 4-day rule takes into account the science of food intolerances. Now, science has said that IgG reactions, which are food intolerance reactions usually, can take up to 72 hours to begin. So I want you to have your food safe zone, and a food safe zone is some meats and some vegetables and fruits that you eat on a regular basis that you know you don't react to. And then I want you to take the next food that you want to introduce. This could be broccoli, it could be dairy, it could be avocados, anything like that. And I want you to set aside 4 days. Say you start on a Monday, and I want you to eat a little bit on it, maybe like a quarter of an avocado on Monday, and then a half of an avocado on Tuesday, and then a full avocado on Thursday or Wednesday, and a full avocado on Thursday. Don't eat any other foods except for your food safe zone and your avocado during those 4 days. At any point during those 4 days, you might begin to react to avocados. that's your sign that you have a food intolerance currently to avocados, and you have more healing to do before you can handle it. So put that food aside, come back to it in 2 to 3 months, and try it again. So using this 4-day rule, you can save yourself a couple $100s and figure out exactly your custom diet. Let us know in the comments below how the 4-day rule works out for you and what foods you're having reactions to. Remember, lots of food intolerances is generally a sign of a massive leaky gut problem. Work on that, and you can save money for other tests. If this video has been helpful for you, or you think it might be helpful for your friends or family, please do us the favor of sharing this video, hitting the buttons below, get it out on social media, and let others know about the fact that they can save a lot of money and just listen to their body to find out more about what their body wants to eat. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll talk to you on the next episode. So it's normally something like a headache or brain fog or nasal congestion, something like that. It's normally something like nasal congestion, a headache, or something like that. It's very smaller.